Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your purchase of your JAYFLIGHT 264 BH travel trailer. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things taken into consideration when parking. On your campsite, of course, your awning. You need plenty of room for that to come in and out. And over here on your off campsite, I want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Power is going to be just above your rear tire on your driver's side of your tow vehicle, water right next to it. So park accordingly so you can utilize facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive and unhook your hitch, first thing you do is level your unit. Power tongue jack comes with a night docking light. Should you arrive at night, simply retract to lower, extend to raise your tongue. If you lose power, under this rubber stopper right here, your stabilizing jack crank will bring this up and down should you lose power. Speaking of power, check your power when you arrive. Make sure your battery posts haven't wiggled loose. Once you got your unit level, next thing you can do is stabilize it. All four corners of the unit have these stabilizing jacks with 3/4 inch hand crank. Simply put this on here and crank these down. As I crank them down, I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt, debris, and hot blacktop. Better distribute the weight. Pick up a 4-pack of those with your 10% off coupon. Put them down and just run these down until you have any type of resistance. Remember, these are stabilizing jacks, not leveling jacks. We already have our unit level. All we want to do at this point is stabilize it. Get all four stabilizing jacks down and hook up your power and water. Again, on your off camp side, it's 30 amp service. At the end of that 30 amp service, should you need it, there's a 30 to 110 adapter. You need to plug in at home, comes with your convenience pack. That's your power hooked up, let's hook up our water. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Use this when putting fluid in here, or your black tank flush. Put that on, hook up your hose, but don't turn your hose on yet. Let's go find your hot water heater. Yours is over here on the campsite, right at the very rear. All we're doing at this point, folks, is make sure our drain plug's back in here. Take that, put it on there nice and snug. Once that's on there tight, then you can go ahead and turn that hose on. After your hose has been on for a little while, go inside and open up your water taps. Let the air out of the lines. Once you got a nice steady flow of water, you can turn this hot water heater on from indoors. Now let's say we're going camping and we're not going to use city water. We're going to go dry docking or boondocking. In that case, we're just going to fill up our potable water tank or our freshwater tank. No need for a water pressure regulator here. Simply use a hose. 2 ways to tell when it's full. 1, there's an overflow valve right here. Or 2, on the inside where you check your battery and black and gray tank levels, there's also a freshwater button. Once this is full, put your cap back on there, remove your hose. And then if you want to utilize this water, that's when you have to turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump when using city water. That's already pressurized. All right, you're set up to camp with power and water. Let me go ahead and walk you around the unit, starting here on your off camp side. In the front, you pass through storage. This all holds up with a magnet. Coming down the side here, you have a flue for your furnace. 2 things. 1, steer clear of that if you're running your furnace that does get hot. And 2, make sure nothing's blocking it. Again, your fresh or potable water. There's your low point drain. That is a vent for your microwave. Again, your city water connection, our power. You have an outdoor hot and cold water shower. You also have a black tank flush here. We'll talk about that when we dump our black and gray tanks. And then there's your low point drains for the campsites. You also have cable TV inlet here for the campsites. Spare tire with a cover. You're also prepped for a Furion backup camera. Device you purchased from our store that sits on the dash of your tow vehicle. Electronically communicating with this device, giving you a backup camera. Over under your campsite, again in this corner is going to be your hot water heater. Our awning, hypothetically our campsite's down there, it starts raining. You have this pitch adjust. Pitch that down, that'll send the rainwater this way. More than likely the way things are set up, you'll have your picnic table down here and you can do the same at that end. Coming to the rear here. You have a big storage area, goes all the way around back. A couple outdoor speakers. You can put a TV out here. Here's a mount for it. Your 110 and cable for that. Continuing down your campsite, again your pass-through storage. On the front here, your propane does have a cover and a regulator. Simply point it toward the tank you wish to be using. Lefty loosey to open. That about covers everything on the outside. Let's go take a look inside your unit. So the first thing I like to point out in every unit is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of an emergency. On the wall immediately to your left as you come in is going to be your interior and exterior lighting. Above that, your awning. I'm going to run that out to show you. Top of your awning is gray, the bottom is white. When this white flap falls down, falls to 90 degrees and you can see your brown bar. That's as far as you want to run that out. Now that will extend past that and run itself up backwards. So watch yourself as you're setting it out. Make sure you keep an eye and only run it out as far as you need to. Shut off our exterior lighting. Let's run that back in. Alright, now we continue your tour. Close our door. Coming in immediately behind your dinette here is your 12 volt carbon monoxide propane detector. The reason I mention that's 12 volt, it's always running off your battery. So if you are out boondocking, you have nothing plugged in charging your battery, you're going to be gone for the day, disconnect your positive battery post to keep this and run your battery down while you're gone. Table, of course, you can wiggle this loose. Remove your legs, set your tabletop on these lips right here, put your back cushions on top, gives you a little sleeping area here. Prep for a TV here, backer can go here, cable or 12 volt 110. Now if you do hook a TV up, before you run a digital channel scan at the local park you're at, push that button in. That's a digital channel enhancer and it'll allow you to pick up more channels before you run your scan. Sound system. Indoors or just outdoors or both. Bluetooth, AM, FM, auxiliary, nice system. Touch it once for mute, hold it in for goodbye. There's a auxiliary hookup in case you want to hook up something else onto that. Go to our thermostat here. Go through the modes here. I'm going to turn your air on. Temperature controls here. It should come on now. Alright, there's your AC running. With quick dump. Shut that off. Go to off on our mode. You'll hear that shut off. Now I'm going to go to heat, your furnace, turn that on, and you'll notice the furnace fan takes a little bit longer to cycle and shut off. There it goes. Furnace, you hear that running? Shut that off. You hear that running for a little bit. You have your own lighting up in here. Same thing in the bottom bunk. Back here in this wall. Individual lighting. 110s as well. You have a little bit of storage underneath your bunk. If you did not know that, that's access to your outside storage. Continuing into your shower bathroom area, you have a hand open power exhaust vent here. Your lighting for that. Lighting here is individual. Come to your Norcold fridge. Hold that in for about 3 seconds. That's going to turn it on. So whatever's white is what we're controlling. This is the fridge. This is the freezer. Or excuse me, this is the freezer. We like to keep it 5. This is the fridge. Keep it 4 or 3. We'll then set that. Now you can come to a night mode. Night mode simply tells the fridge, hey, I'm not going to be opening and closing you as much. Please save me some power. And it does so. Self-explanatory microwave. Below that you have a light and a fan. Your glass top here makes an excellent backsplash. Turn on your panel light. Turn your knob to light. Goes from blue to red. Hit your spark. And when your gas is on, your flame will come on back here. Same thing here on your oven. Set it to light. Spark it here and then set it to the desired temperature. Your panel light also becomes an oven light. Lighting here in the kitchen, 110 with USB reset, or GFCI reset, excuse me. Your battery, brand new, fresh black and gray tanks. That fresh button's one I said you can hold down to tell when your potable water is full. Here's where you turn on your water pump. Here's where you turn on your water heater if hooked up to gas, your water heater if hooked up to electric. Doesn't make a difference. Of course, your sofa will jackknife down into a bed. Access to your furnace underneath there. Pull back on the front and then lay that back down. Come back in your bedroom. A lot of individual lighting back here. Same TV mount that will go outside. Will snap on here as well. There's your hookups for those. Here's where a template where it's wired for solar. Keep that on there. That's in case the tech ever decides to wire this unit for solar. That tells them where the wiring's at. You do have some accent lighting up top. Your other lighting here. And with all Jayco's, access to some storage underneath the bed. So for lighting. All the lighting in your bedroom is one touch. One more thing I want to point out here. When traveling, make sure that your bedroom door is snapped open. You don't want this bouncing around on you going down the road. Lastly, coming underneath your fridge is going to be your access panel to your breaker box and fuses. So I got a handful of 15s in there, a couple 40s. Highly recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. That about covers everything on the inside. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite. I like to start by shutting off my interior light, because then I can see any individual lighting that I need to go through and shut off. Then I can turn back on my interior lights here at the control panel. Look around, make sure all doors and drawers are secure. Everything's tightened down for travel. Come out of the unit. Lock and deadbolt your exterior door. Lift and turn your handle. Your steps will just fold up in. At this point, we're going to bring up all of our stabilizing jacks, unhook our power or water in our cable. If we're boondocking, we'll come up here underneath our freshwater tank and dump that tank. If we're at a campsite, here's our low point drains. Open up those. After we've dumped them, come back over to our hot water heater. We're going to lift up on this pressure release valve. That's going to dump the remainder of the hot water out of there. Make sure you close that, otherwise your door won't close, and then you can pull this drain plug. Make sure you close your hot water heater back up. Hook up your hitch and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump is going to be almost at the very rear of the driver's side of your tow vehicle. Hook up the hose, comes with your convenience pack, 10-foot hose, park accordingly, and pull your black handle. Your black handle is going to be your sewer. Once it sounds like that's no longer draining, or you press your black tank inside and see it's empty, leave that black handle open and hook up the hose at the dump station. Again, with your water pressure regulator. Turn that on for a good 5 minutes. Let that wash out your black tank. Close that up. Close your black handle. Pull your gray handle. That's going to be cleaner water as your sinks and your showers. That'll clean your sewage hose out a little bit for you. When you're done there, close that gray handle. Conveniently and sanitarily store your sewage right in your bumper. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase of this JAYFLIGHT. Hope you enjoy it for many years to come. Happy camping.